I'm Andrei Codrescu, poet, essayist, radio commentator. My encounter with Bruce Haley's photographs occasioned a flood of reflections and memories about Romania, the land of my birth. But there was something new and arresting in Bruce's images, something that needed writing about. Here are some of these thoughts from my essay published in his book. Romania may not have looked like it was changing in 1999, but by the start of the millennium it had no choice. The world had changed and kept on changing. There was the war that tore apart Yugoslavia, the war in Chechnya, the attacks of 9/11, the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, the presidency of George W. Bush, the vertiginous decrease of American prestige in the world. The Cold War was abruptly replaced by a shadowy religious conflict with unforeseen consequences. By the end of the century, Romania started to change rapidly, and yet there was always that eternal, old, suffering peasant Romania that stayed very much the way we see it in Bruce Haley's photographs.
Sunder brings together a body of work that I did over a period of 8 years between 1994 and 2002 in a variety of countries that were formerly communist, the former USSR and Iron Curtain countries. The origin of this project was in 1994 when I was invited to accompany members of the British Parliament on a fact-finding mission to Nagorno-Karabakh. The members of Parliament stayed for perhaps a week, and I remained on after they left using my access and photographed for an additional 4 or 5 weeks there. And the photographs that came out of that trip were, like I said, very, very different from what I had been doing. They were much more quiet. There was what I thought to be a more timeless quality to them, and it set me off on a different path, and one that I would basically follow for 8 years until the end of this project. The first image ended up being the cover also. This was taken in the hinterlands of Nagorno-Karabakh next to this reservoir, and it was this massive metal billboard of Lenin that had just been shot to hell. And it's interesting, if you take a close look at it, you'll see that the concentration of bullets are right in his face. I mean, there's some scattered throughout the metal, all throughout the billboard, but the face really got nailed. And the star above the hammer and sickle. The star got it pretty well also. So I found that interesting. This to me is It's an interesting image in that it could have been taken in the 1920s and used as a propaganda piece easily. This fellow, if you look at that physique, it's amazing. It's a result of a lifetime of hard manual agrarian labor. It was just amazing. This was in I think it was the 13th century, this beautiful mountaintop monastery in Nagorno-Karabakh. And there was an Armenian Orthodox priest reciting the liturgy, and I'd been photographing the whole service. I'd been in there for maybe 20 minutes. And the light outside, it was overcast, and there wasn't much light coming in through the stone windows. And, it wasn't good light in there at all. And the priest stopped in the center of the floor and was reciting the liturgy. And all of a sudden, some of the clouds cleared outside, and this shaft of light just came through that one window and just enveloped the priest. And it was just an amazing, amazing moment. When I was doing the edit and sequence for the book, I, in some respects, thought in terms of composing music, in that you listen to a symphony or things and you have passages that are quiet or passages that are very light, and then heavy, darker passages and more bombastic passages. So we'd have a series of photographs of the most horrible, polluted, destroyed industrial landscapes that I encountered in my travels, and then move into a sequence that's not as bleak or beautiful even, like in one of the photographs, a beautiful young woman walking along the edge of a river at sunset, and there's this magnificent line of trees on the far side of the riverbank. And that's life. It's ugly and it's beautiful, and it's such a privilege to be able to enter the lives of so many people and be welcomed. And I can't even begin to say, the debt I owe to all the people I encountered in doing this project. I hope some of that comes through in this book.